Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
All right, let's take a moment to look at Lauderdale by the sea right now. The king tides are making a comeback this weekend, and parts of South Florida already seeing coastal flood alerts.
Next Weather Chief Meteorologist and Hurricane Specialist Ivan Cabrera joins us once more. Ivan, how bad is it going to be? Because last week we saw some pretty scary stuff down at South Point Park.
Right, it's going to peak, I think, this weekend as we get closer to the full hunter's moon. It's coming up for a Sunday, but we have to watch the entire full moon cycle because I think that's when we'll be highest here. But it's already underway. We have coastal flooding that's going to be occurring. Next high tide in the morning once again for Key West here at 6:29 a.m. So that will be the worst of it, particularly Bayside here as we continue in the middle and upper Keys. We'll have minor to moderate flooding here, and in fact a coastal flood advisory from Key Largo through basically Marathon, and this is going to go through tonight and into tomorrow, and then as we get into coastal Broward and coastal Miami-Dade, times of high tide once again a little after 5 a.m. This also will be minor. Everything will begin to change as these numbers will continue to rise, and we'll talk more about the king tide times throughout the week as we get closer to that event heading into Saturday and into Sunday, as well as we get into astronomically high tides here. As we take a look at radar network, it's pretty quiet. We continue to see this northerly flow. I mean, it's like we're in fall or something, right? Quiet conditions north to south, and that is always going to bring us some dry weather, and the dew points have been in the 60s, which that's humid for a lot of people outside of Florida. For us, it is a welcome change. You have felt the difference, no question about it. Now we are going to get better moisture coming in. I think for Tuesday through the end of the week, really it's going to be difficult to make showers and storms. We're going to have a shallow layer of moisture, and this east wind is going to take over, but despite that, it's really not going to produce much in the way of rainfall. I think we really have to wait until the weekend where we get an assist from a tropical wave. Nothing, that's going to be threatening us here, but it's going to be bringing us, I think, a lot more rainfall for Saturday and Sunday. In fact, this east wind is going to just make more trouble. That combining with the high tides, that's what's going to cause the coastal flooding that will continue through the next few days. Every time we go through these cycles, even the low tide, you can get a little relief there, but it's going to be, day in and day out. So just keep in mind as we take a look at the next 2 days with a couple of showers moving in. I think our best bet to get these will be during the morning hours where we have the high humidity, and that's going to allow for the showers to survive a little bit more. I think by the afternoon, because it's so dry mid and upper levels, it's not going to amount to much in the way of showers and storms. That will begin to change as we head into the weekend with a lot more coverage for Saturday and Sunday. Tracking the tropics again, this feature we're watching here, of course, this is our newly formed tropical depression 12. That's not going to bother anyone. It's going to be heading up to the north and west over the next few days. And then the feature we've been watching and will continue to watch is this one. That's the tropical wave that'll likely become the next depression as well. That will also be monitored here. But again, as we've been talking about, I think this is due west and heading into Central America. As far as our rain chances, 20%. We'll continue with low coverage here until we get to the weekend. We'll bump that up to 40 and 50 through early next week.